Yeah. All right. Magic Johnson. You know, Magic is a fun follow on Twitter, and he was at it again. I don't know if it was today or last night when he did last night. Yeah. Rob G, read to us what the awesome, legendary Magic Johnson tweeted.
I mean, it's kind of blasphemous, but we'll go ahead and read it anyways.
Why you dissing Magic?
It's just
he's a Laker. He's Mr. Laker.
Okay. Here's
the
what
greatest
Magic
Laker
Johnson
of all time.
Magic Johnson on Twitter last night. Quote, "It's hard to deny Steph Curry from being the NBA's MVP. He is the number 1, number 2, and number 3 option for the Warriors, and he's still, all caps, dominating. 2 exclamation points. Magic Johnson."
Did that come after they won the game or no? No? Oh, okay. I'm just curious.
You want at that?
No, I'm just.
I agree with everything he said except the first line.
To me, Magic is this is the kiss of death from Magic. Every time Magic does this and proclaims it, go the other way. Lonzo Ball's jersey is going to be hanging from the rafters at Staples Center. He's going to replace him as the all-time great Laker point guard. Remember that?
Yep.
Yeah, okay.
Yep. Didn't exactly come to pass.
No, but we could go on and on and on. And this, to me, is your typical living in the past. Steph is playing great. That's not even the issue. They're under 5. If they lose to Philadelphia today, Chris, they got a game tonight. There'll be 2 games under 500. They're at the 9th or 10th spot for the playoffs in the Western Conference. That's not an MVP season. Has he played well? Yes. But this whole notion, it's like it's not a Lifetime Achievement Award. It reminds me of the LeBron thing a year ago.
Really?
Yeah, a little bit.
I mean, LeBron, they were at least winning.
No, I know, but it was like a narrative. Like every couple of weeks, like the Steph group comes out. He has a couple of big games, Chris, and then they come out. Then they disappear for 10 days or whatever. Then he has a big game, and it's like, yeah, Steph, he's in the conversation. He's got to be in a conversation now. All I'm saying is I don't believe Steph Curry's the MVP of the league. I think that it's not just about compiling numbers. It's about winning as well, and that's not what they're doing. And they might – if he wins an MVP on a team that doesn't make the playoffs, I got to tip my cap to him that he has poisoned the Kool-Aid, fooled everybody. It would be mind-boggling, or it would be an indictment that they don't want to give it to Jokic or somebody else. I mean, that would be the only way, but I don't see it. I think this is a total reach for a team. Now, if they go to the 4th seed and they win their last 15 games, Chris, and make a run, and Steph is playing great those games, you know, we could reevaluate and change that story. But I'm talking about right here, right now. Magic said, how can you deny him? Easily. Easily.
Rob, and I have nothing but love and respect for Magic Johnson. Loved working with him on the NBA Countdown show.
Oh, I remember.
It was actually about 10 years ago.
And
I loved it. It was great. Got to pick his brain in between, hits. You know how it is, sitting there.
You should have let it heal
watching games together.
Go ahead.
Alex.
What?
I was looking for the everything's not funny.
All right.
But a tweet like this makes you say, where's Magic been? Like, Rob, since 1981, since the media began voting for MVP in 1981, only twice has a player outside of the top 3 seeds won MVP. Russell Westbrook, the year he averaged a triple-double, the first year. He's about to do it again for the 4th time. And Moses Malone, way back in the early 80s. And so Magic knows, like, you got to win. And Steph, where I disagree with you, Steph is not just compiling numbers. Magic was absolutely right about what he is doing. What he is doing is absolutely phenomenal. we had Kerry Kittles on the show. He said the same thing. He's being double and triple teamed at times, but mostly double teamed. Every dribble handoff, every pick. And if you look at a lot of his shots, I mean, there's actually good defense. And he's just making tough shots over outstretched arms. It's unbelievable what he's doing. And they're actually got a pretty good with him. They're 27 and 22. But without him, they're 1-7. That's one reason they're the 9th seed. But and I got to throw this out, Rob. This is, I don't know if you've heard this yet, but this is absolutely phenomenal. This week, Steph Curry has 3 games with 10 or more three-pointers made. 2 of them he had 11 and 1 he had 10. The only other player in history to have more than 3 games with 10 or more three-pointers in his career is Klay Thompson. Klay's got 5. Steph's got 20, and no one else has more than 3. James Harden, Damian Lillard, J.R. Smith, they've got 3 in their career. So in 1 week, he has equaled what all but one other NBA player in history has done. And I get it. They weren't shooting threes like that back in the day, but they're shooting them like that now. They're shooting them like that now. Harden, Dame, Kyrie, all these great shooters, Joe Harris, and none of them have done in their careers more than Steph did this week. So he is playing outstanding, but come on. There is no way, and the media knows this. He won't get double-figure votes. I mean, like you said, unless they really move up the standings in massive fashion.
In the last
it'd have to be a heck of a run, too. But they'd have to get Rob to about at least the 6th seed, at least. And that's only because a year like this, Giannis isn't going to win. He's missed some games, and, his numbers are slightly down, and, he's won the last 2. Nobody from Brooklyn's going to win it. Nobody from the Lakers is going to win it. Nobody from Utah is going to win it. Jokic is going to win it. Because not only is he putting up tremendous numbers, they're the 4th seed, but Rob, he's played every game. And I actually think it's important. I think I won't vote for a guy that's missed a lot of games just because the precedent's been set that you need to play nearly 80% of the games to be eligible. But Rob, also because of this, one of the things, the NBA regular season is losing value. You know what I mean? Not just to the fans, but to the players. And one of the ways you can keep it having value is your individual awards, which guys love to win, and they have historical significance. So if you give it to a Joel Embiid who's missed 20 games out of 72 or whatever, that plays into, regular season's not that important. You can load manage and still win MVP.
Well, some of your NBA voters or whatever, they want to give LaMelo the Rookie of the Year, Chris, and he's going to wind up missing.
No, come on.
I mean,
I'm with
2/3 of the season.
I mean, do you agree with that? Like the best ability is available.
It's supposed to be about the regular season,
right?
And so it's hard to give somebody who's missed a ton of games a championship. An MVP or Rookie of the Year, whatever the award is. So the other thing too is, it's easy to just say it's everybody else and he's playing, but a lot of guys play through things, and it's just not, if you don't have the team or you don't have all the players, being 500 or under 500 and putting up great stats normally doesn't win you an MVP.
No,
that's all. It doesn't matter. Like, whatever happened.
He could average 45.
Exactly.
Honestly.
And he could, and it still wouldn't be good enough. If I remember, was it Jerry Stackhouse? Did he finish 2nd in the league with the Pistons?
Yes.
Like 1 year.
Yep.
But I'm just saying, like,
he
I don't
like
think
29, 30 that
year,
year.
whatever. But it's just not strictly a numbers kind of thing. Winning goes hand in hand. And I think Magic is just a prisoner of the moment, like a lot of guys are. And they like Steph. I get all that, Chris. They like him. it's easy to just, want to romanticize about Steph. And then it was just ironic that, of course, what was that, Saturday when he missed a shot to tie the game, or we could have won the game, right? They lost by no, yeah, he could have won the game. He pulled up for that long three, right, at the end.
That long three.
Yeah.
Yes.
Were you surprised?
But you say
by
he should have made it.
No, he said, I don't know if he should have taken that, like where it was. You know what I mean? But it just, I've just seen too many
range.
of those.
It's within his range.
It did make it.
The thing is, this is reminiscent, Rob, really, of the Kobe year, 2006, when Kobe averaged 35 points a game, career high, and one of the the best of all time. And the Lakers finished 7th in the West, which is still better than where the Warriors are. And he didn't win MVP because they were the 7th seed. And that was the year Robbie scored 81.
Think about that, what you just said. He did something that nobody had done since Wilt Chamberlain, right? That many points.
Right.
And he averaged 35, and it still wasn't enough to get him an MVP.
Absolutely.
But now here we are. And again, there are a few people out there, Chris. I'm not saying all the NBA writers. Last year, and last year LeBron led the league in assists, and it wasn't even close. Like Giannis had, you talked about it, you're a voter. Giannis had better numbers. He had better numbers than he had the year before.
And they had the best record in the league.
And they had the best record in the league. Who won the MVP?
And he didn't have an Anthony Davis with him.
Right.
Or anything
playing
close
with one
to
guy,
that.
Chris Middleton.
Right. Who's not close to Anthony Davis. So, yeah, the voters, they're
I'm not going to rip them until you guys vote LaMelo as Rookie of the Year. Then I'm done
My
with the
vote
basketball
will likely go to my man from Minnesota. He's having a nice year. So I got no problem giving it to him. So, all right, 877-99 on Fox. We're going to get to your calls now. Is Steph the MVP? Maybe everybody doesn't see it like Rob and me as far as how important wins are. Or maybe this is a year where, with all the injuries, you think precedent could be broken. Your turn to weigh in with the outcome.
And if it is, with all the injuries, Chris, it would have to be one of the other guys, like an Embiid, despite missing all those games. You know what I mean? How would it not go to one of those guys? Pete in Vermont, you're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. What's up, Pete?
Long time. How you guys doing?
Doing
good, man. How are you?
Appreciate it. Mr. Rob Parker, it happened before in 1987 with the Cubs when Andre Dawson won the MVP. So it's not totally unprecedented.
Sport.
Yes.
I think it's different in baseball, personally.
I remember that, but Andre Dawson, if I remember, what did he have, 47 or home runs or something like that?
Right, 49 home runs, something crazy like that. But Steph's averaging more points this season than he did in his MVP years.
No, but when you go back to when Andre Dawson did it, Chris, people didn't hit 49 home runs. You know what I mean? It was really a big deal because people weren't hitting that many home runs.
Well, also, again, to me in baseball, you can hit 420, and if you don't have pitching or even other hitting, you're not going to win.
Right. You won't win.
You can't have as much impact in baseball as you can in a basketball game with 5 players.
No doubt.
So you think it is the caller that he's probably gone, but I guess
I'm here.
It should be. Oh, you think it should be Steph?
You think he should be MVP?
I mean, think about it. He's averaging more points this year than he did in his MVP
if they don't make the playoffs,
Golden State would be trash without him this year.
I agree with that.
20 games.
I agree with that, but you're the 9th seed.
Pete, if they don't make the playoffs, he's the MVP?
Right. And in a year when you just mentioned that all the regular MVP candidates are either injured,
well,
you have to go dig for one. Otherwise, it doesn't make sense and give it to the best dude.
Jokic is balling. Jokic is darn near averaging a triple-double.
You said what is it, PER?
His PER is 31. He's number 1 in the league.
He's number 1. Hello, Chris.
I mean, look, if
Does
Steph,
that count or not?
If their records were the same, I might go with Steph. Steph is playing that good. But you just – when players used to vote MVPs, here kind of talks about our media and player voting. You had guys winning the MVP with losing records or without making the playoffs altogether. But not since the media started voting has that been the case.
All right, Tony in D.C., you're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. What's up, Tony?
Fellas, what's good?
What up,
No way, no how. I agree with the dynamic duo of Batman, Rob Parker, and Alfred Chris Broussard.
Alfred.
He's Alfred. Wow.
Yo, I'm
Look.
Superman, dude.
Chris, I gotta mess with you, even though I agree with you, my brother. Hey, you hit the nail on the head, Chris. We saw Kobe go on legendary, just burn down the league tear.
Right.
Hey, he didn't even sniff the MVP.
Yep.
But I have a question for you, Chris. Since, if we count guys that are injured, and I'm not saying this guy should be MVP, but why hasn't Donovan Mitchell been getting more consideration? He's got the best team in the league. He's the best player on his team. I just have a question about that one.
Yeah.
I don't ever hear his name.
Nah, and that's where, like, a lot of people say it's the best player on the best team. I never think of it that way. And I think it shows you that most of them, right? But that player is usually a super duper star. Like Donovan is he's a great player. He is a legitimate star, but to me, he's not yet in that MVP class. And there's some question. Rudy Gobert is incredibly important to that team. Their offense. He doesn't score a ton, but he's huge with the offense and the defense. And then they're a pretty balanced team. But Donovan, I think, is their best player. But it's a combination, Rob. You know this, of winning and individual play.
No doubt. Let's squeeze in Coop real quick. Coop in Seattle. You're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. What's up, Coop?
I'm going to make this quick. First of all, I'm disappointed in both of you. Chris, I'm disappointed in you in the fact that last time we talked, you said, I must be upset at KD because they're not in Seattle. Let me get you straight. Man, I roll with the Celtics. So back to the question. The bottom line is
nothing to be proud of.
Yeah, whatever. It's 17 rings, baby. But check this out. The reason why
how
Magic
you a
said
ball?
that,
Wait a minute. How you a Celtics fan in
They got
Seattle?
one this century. All right, can you stop it with the 17 rings? Half the people listening weren't even alive when they won most of those rings.
Well, I'm in y'all's age bracket, so I was around.
Yeah, I bet. You probably older.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Here's the deal. Magic said that so he can motivate the Lakers. And I'm disappointed that you guys couldn't recognize that. He said that to motivate the Lakers. I'm telling you. Because they need some juice coming back in, AD.
Steph being MVP
Brooklyn's
is
not
motivated.
enough juice?
I know.
Brooklyn standing there with all those great players, not enough juice. The Clippers,
they're too broke down. They stay broke down.
Well, okay, but the Clippers, the Lakers ain't gonna have an easy trot through the West.
I like it. The Nets are broke down, but the Lakers aren't.
Yeah,
broke
but the
down.
Lakers aren't broke down. Right?
They're not broke down.
Stop it. Come on, man.
That don't even make sense.
You're better than that.